Metzorah. Cleansing the leper. Leviticus chapter 14. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, This is the law of the leper in the day of his cleansing. That is, he shall be brought unto the priest. And the priest shall go out of the camp, and the priest shall consider him. And if the plague of leprosy be healed in the leper, then shall the priest command to take him that is cleansed 2 sparrows, alive and clean, and cedar wood, and a scarlet lace, and hyssop. And the priest shall command to kill one of the birds over the pure water in an earthen vessel. After, he shall take the live sparrow with the cedar wood, and the scarlet lace, and the hyssop, and shall dip them and the living sparrow in the blood of the sparrow slain over the pure water. And he shall sprinkle upon him that must be cleansed of his leprosy 7 times, and cleanse him, and shall let go the live sparrow into the broad field. Then he that shall be cleansed shall wash his clothes, and shave off his hair, and wash himself in water, so he shall be clean. After that he can come into the host, and shall tarry without his tent 7 days. So in the 7th day he shall shave off all his hair, both his head and his beard, and his eyebrows. Even all his hair shall be shaven, and shall wash his clothes, and shall wash his flesh in water, so he shall be clean. And in the 8th day he shall take 2 he-lambs without blemish, and an ewe lamb of a year old without blemish, and 3/10 deals of fine flour for a meat offering mingled with oil, and a pint of oil. And the priest that maketh him clean shall bring the man which is to be made clean, and those things, before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Then the priest shall take 1 lamb, and offer him for a trespass offering, and the pint of oil, and shake them to and fro before the Lord. And he shall kill the lamb in the place where the sin offering and the burnt offerings are slain, even in the holy place. For as the sin offering is the priest's, so is the trespass offering, for it is most holy. So the priest shall take of the blood of the trespass offering, and put it upon the lap of the right ear of him that shall be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot. The priest also shall take of the pint of oil, and pour it into the palm of his left hand. And the priest shall dip his right finger in the oil that is in his left hand, and sprinkle of the oil with his finger 7 times before the Lord. And the rest of the oil that is in his hand shall the priest put upon the lap of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot, where the blood of the trespass offering was put. But the remnant of the oil that is in the priest's hand he shall pour upon the head of him that is to be cleansed. So the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord. And the priest shall offer the burnt offering, and make an atonement for him that is to be cleansed of his uncleanness. Then after shall he kill the burnt offering. So the priest shall offer the burnt offering and the meat offering upon the altar, and the priest shall make an atonement for him, so he shall be clean. But if he be poor and not able, then he shall bring 1 lamb for a trespass offering to be shaken for his reconciliation, and a 10th deal of fine flour mingled with oil for a meat offering, with a pint of oil. Also 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, as he is able, whereof the one shall be for a sin offering, and the other a burnt offering. And he shall bring them the 8th day for his cleansing unto the priest at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord. Then the priest shall take the lamb of the trespass offering, and the pint of oil, and the priest shall shake them to and fro before the Lord. And he shall kill the lamb of the trespass offering, and the priest shall take of the blood of the trespass offering, and put it upon the lap of his right ear that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot, Also the priest shall pour of the oil into the palm of his own left hand. So the priest shall with his right finger sprinkle of the oil that is in his left hand 7 times before the Lord. Then the priest shall put of the oil that is in his hand upon the lap of the right ear of him that is to be cleansed, and upon the thumb of his right hand, and upon the great toe of his right foot, upon the place of the blood of the trespass offering. But the rest of the oil that is in the priest's hand he shall put upon the head of him that is to be cleansed, to make an atonement for him before the Lord. Also he shall present one of the turtle doves, or the young pigeons, as he is able. Such, I say, as he is able, the one for a sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering, with the meat offering. So the priest shall make an atonement for him that is to be cleansed before the Lord. This is the law of him which hath the plague of leprosy, who is not able in his cleansing to offer the whole. The Lord also spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying, When ye come into the land of Canaan, which I give you in possession, if I send the plague of leprosy in an house of the land of your possession, then he that owneth the house shall come and tell the priest, saying, Methink there is a plague of leprosy in the house. Then the priest shall command them to empty the house before the priest go in to see the plague, that all that is in the house be not made unclean. And then shall the priest go in to see the house, and he shall mark the plague, and if the plague be in the walls of the house, and that there be deep spots, greenish or reddish, which seem to be lower than the wall, then the priest shall go out of the house to the door of the house, and cause it to be shut up 7 days. So the priest shall come again the 7th day, and if he see that the plague be increased in the walls of the house, then the priest shall command them, Take away the stones wherein the plague is, and he shall cast them into a foul place without the city. Also he shall cause to scrape the house within it round about, and pour the dust that they have pared off without the city in an unclean place. And they shall take other stones and put them in the places of those stones, and shall take other mortar to plaster the house with. But if the plague come again and break out in the house after he hath taken away the stones, and after that he hath scraped and plastered the house, then the priest shall come and see, and if the plague grow in the house, it is a fretting leprosy in the house, it is therefore unclean. And he shall break down the house, and the stones of it, and the timber thereof, and all the mortar of the house, and he shall carry them out of the city into the unclean place. Moreover, he that goeth into the house all the while that it is shut up, he shall be unclean until the even. He also that sleepeth in the house shall wash his clothes. He likewise that eateth in the house shall wash his clothes. But if the priest shall come and see that the plague hath spread no further in the house, after the house be plastered, the priest shall pronounce the house clean, for the plague is healed. Then shall he take to purify the house 2 sparrows, and cedar wood, and scarlet lace, and hyssop. And he shall kill 1 sparrow over pure water in an earthen vessel. He shall take the cedar wood, and the hyssop, and the scarlet lace with the live sparrow, and dip them in the blood of the slain sparrow, and in the pure water, and sprinkle the house 7 times. So shall he cleanse the house with the blood of the sparrow, and with the pure water, and with the live sparrow, and with the cedar wood, and with the hyssop, and with the scarlet lace. Afterward he shall let go the live sparrow out of the town into the broad fields. So shall he make atonement for the house, and it shall be clean. This is the law for every plague of leprosy and black spot, and of the leprosy of the garment, and of the house, and of the swelling, and of the scab, and of the white spot. This is the law of the leprosy, to teach when a thing is unclean, and when it is clean. Leviticus chapter 15. Moreover the Lord spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, Whosoever hath an issue from his flesh is unclean, because of his issue. And this shall be his uncleanness in his issue. When his flesh avoideth his issue, or if his flesh be stopped from the issue, this is his uncleanness. Every bed whereupon he lieth that hath the issue shall be unclean, and everything whereon he sitteth shall be unclean. Whosoever also toucheth his bed shall wash his clothes, and wash himself in water, and shall be unclean until the even. And he that sitteth on anything whereupon he sat that hath the issue shall wash his clothes, and shall wash himself in water, and shall be unclean until the even. Also he that toucheth the flesh of him that hath the issue shall wash his clothes, and wash himself in water, and shall be unclean until the even. He also that hath the issue spit upon him that is clean, he shall wash his clothes, wash himself in water, and shall be unclean until the even. And what saddle soever he rideth upon that hath the issue shall be unclean. And whosoever toucheth anything that was under him shall be unclean until the even. And he that beareth those things shall wash his clothes, and wash himself in water, and shall be unclean until the even. Likewise whosoever he toucheth that hath the issue, and hath not washed his hands in water, shall wash his clothes, and wash himself in water, and shall be unclean until the even. And the vessel of earth that he toucheth, which hath the issue, shall be broken, and every vessel of wood shall be rinsed with water. But if he hath an issue, be cleansed of his issue, then shall he count for him 7 days for his cleansing, and wash his clothes, and wash his flesh in pure water, so shall he be clean. Then the 8th day he shall take unto him 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, and come before the Lord at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall give them unto the priest. And the priest shall make of them, one of them a sin offering, and the other a burnt offering. So the priest shall make an atonement for him before the Lord for his issue. Also if any man's issue of seed depart from him, he shall wash all his flesh in water, and be unclean until the even. And every garment and every skin whereupon shall be issue of seed shall even wash with water, and be unclean unto the even. If he that hath an issue of seed do lie with a woman, they shall both wash themselves with water, and be unclean until the even. Also when a woman shall have an issue, and her issue in her flesh shall be blood, she shall be put apart 7 days. And whosoever toucheth her shall be unclean until the even. And whatsoever she lieth upon in her separation shall be unclean, and everything that she sitteth upon shall be unclean. Whosoever also toucheth her bed shall wash his clothes, and wash himself with water, and shall be unclean unto the even. And whatsoever toucheth anything that she sat upon shall wash his clothes, and wash himself in water, and shall be unclean until the even. So that whether he toucheth her bed, or anything whereupon she hath sat, he shall be unclean until the even. And if a man lieth with her, and the flowers of her separation touch him, he shall be unclean 7 days, and all the whole bed whereupon he lieth shall be unclean. Also when a woman's issue of blood runneth long time besides the time of her flowers, or when she hath an issue longer than her flowers, all the days of the issue of her uncleanness she shall be unclean, as in the time of her flowers. Every bed whereupon she lieth, as long as her issue lasteth, shall be to her as the bed of her separation, and whatsoever she sitteth upon shall be unclean, as her uncleanness when she is put apart. And whosoever toucheth these things shall be unclean, and shall wash his clothes, and wash himself in water, and shall be unclean unto the even. But if she be cleansed of her issue, then she shall count her 7 days, and after she shall be clean. And in the 8th day she shall take unto her 2 turtle doves, or 2 young pigeons, and bring them unto the priest at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall make of one a sin offering, and of the other a burnt offering. And the priest shall make an atonement for her before the Lord for the issue of her uncleanness. Thus shall ye separate the children of Israel from their uncleanness, that they die not in their uncleanness, if they defile my tabernacle that is among them. This is the law of him that hath an issue, and of him that from whom goeth any issue of seed, whereupon he is defiled. Also of her that is sick of her flowers, and of him that hath a running issue, whether it be man or woman, and of him that lieth with her, which is unclean.